Ingrid Hoffman's weathered hands trembled slightly as she asked the concierge about restaurant reservations and tour bookings, her modest clothing and careful note-taking marking her as the type of guest who required patience but generated no profit. Concierge Jessica Williams had no idea she was being evaluated by the woman whose inspection reports could close hotels and destroy careers across 3 continents. "Excuse me, could you help me with dinner reservations?" Ingrid approached the marble concierge desk with a worn leather notebook, her thick German accent making Jessica internally sigh. At 68, Ingrid moved carefully, her simple gray cardigan and practical shoes marking her as budget-conscious rather than luxury-minded. "Ma'am, our restaurant reservations are typically booked weeks in advance," Jessica replied without looking up from her computer screen. "You might want to try the hotel restaurant down the street. Much more appropriate for your budget." Jessica Williams had perfected the art of guest triage over her 8 years at the Grandview Palace. VIP guests received warm smiles and immediate attention. Regular guests got professional service. Budget guests like this elderly woman got efficient dismissal. "I see," Ingrid said quietly, making a careful note in her book. "What about theater tickets for tonight? Something cultural?" Jessica glanced at Ingrid's modest appearance with practiced assessment. "Theater tickets for premium shows cost $200 to $500 per seat. This woman's entire outfit probably cost less than that." "Ma'am, the shows we arrange are quite expensive. Broadway tickets can run $400 each, plus our service fee. Perhaps you'd prefer to check online discount sites?" Behind Ingrid, a wealthy businessman in an expensive suit approached the desk. Jessica's demeanor immediately transformed. Bright smile, attentive posture, warm greeting. "Good afternoon, Mr. Richardson. How may I assist you today?" "Jessica, darling, I need impossible reservations at Le Bernardin for tonight. 8 people, 8 p.m. "Absolutely, sir. Let me work my magic," Jessica replied enthusiastically, immediately reaching for her phone to call in personal favors. A young woman at a nearby table pulled out her phone and began recording. "Y'all, this is wild," she whispered to her social media followers. "This concierge is completely ignoring this sweet old lady to help some rich guy." The classism is real. Her live stream started with 23 viewers, climbing as she shared across platforms. Ingrid waited patiently while Jessica spent 10 minutes arranging the businessman's impossible reservation, making multiple calls and using every contact in her network. "All set, Mr. Richardson. Le Bernardin at 8 p.m. Chef's table, complimentary champagne. My pleasure." The businessman slipped Jessica a $100 tip before walking away with obvious satisfaction. "Now," Jessica turned back to Ingrid with barely concealed irritation. "What else did you need?" "Hotel spa services?" Ingrid asked hopefully, her pen poised over her notebook. Jessica's eyes swept over Ingrid's appearance again. The hotel spa charged $300 for basic facials, $500 for massage packages. This woman clearly couldn't afford such luxury. "Ma'am, our spa is quite upscale. Treatments start at $300 and typically require advance booking. You might want to try the day spa at the mall. Much more budget-friendly." A tech entrepreneur nearby noticed the interaction and began his own live stream. "Fascinating social dynamics here," he whispered to his followers. "Hotel concierge demonstrating classic customer discrimination based on appearance and perceived wealth." His audience grew to 89 viewers as he documented the ongoing interaction. Ingrid made another careful note. "What about transportation to the airport tomorrow? Private car service?" Jessica barely suppressed an eye roll. Private car service to the airport cost $150 to $200 plus tip. This woman probably expected the hotel shuttle or taxi recommendations. "Our car service is premium luxury, ma'am. It's quite expensive and typically reserved for our VIP guests. I'd recommend the hotel shuttle. It's complimentary and runs every hour." "I understand," Ingrid said softly, continuing to write in her notebook. "One last question. Could you recommend a nice restaurant within walking distance? Something special?" Jessica was now openly checking her watch, making it clear that this conversation was wasting her valuable time. "There's a Subway 2 blocks down and a pizza place on the corner. Both very economical options." The young woman filming had attracted other observers. Her viewer count hit 167 as she provided commentary. "This is actually heartbreaking. This elderly woman is asking polite questions and getting treated like garbage because she doesn't look wealthy." Ingrid's phone rang. She answered with quiet dignity, speaking in professional German before switching to accented English. Yes, this is Ingrid Hoffman from International Hotel Standards Authority. I'm currently conducting an evaluation at the Grandview Palace Hotel. Jessica's blood ran cold. International Hotel Standards Authority was the organization that certified luxury hotels worldwide. Their inspectors had the power to remove star ratings, close properties, and destroy careers. The concierge services, Ingrid continued into her phone, have been particularly enlightening. Yes, I'm documenting everything for the official report. She ended the call and looked at Jessica, whose face had gone completely white. Ma'am, Jessica whispered, her voice shaking, are you a hotel inspector? The live stream audiences exploded across multiple platforms. The tech entrepreneur's viewer count hit 445 as word spread through hospitality industry networks. Comments went absolutely insane. This is a hotel inspector. That concierge is about to be fired. This is career suicide in real time. Ingrid's response was gentle but devastating. I am Senior Inspector Hoffman from the International Hotel Standards Authority. I evaluate luxury hotels worldwide, focusing specifically on how staff treat all guests, regardless of their appearance or perceived economic status. The silence that followed was deafening. Every person who'd been recording suddenly realized they documented systematic discrimination against one of the most powerful evaluators in the hospitality industry. Jessica's 8-year career flashed before her eyes. Hotel inspectors' reports were shared throughout the industry. A negative evaluation from Ingrid Hoffman could blacklist her from luxury hospitality forever. Mrs. Hoffman, Jessica stammered, I had no idea. I was trying to. You were trying to provide different levels of service based on assumptions about guests' financial capabilities. Ingrid observed calmly, still taking notes. This is exactly the type of discrimination that destroys the luxury hospitality industry's reputation. Heavy footsteps echoed across the marble lobby as Robert Martinez, the hotel's general manager, appeared with obvious panic. Behind him came the entire guest services team. Inspector Hoffman, Martinez called out, slightly out of breath. I am so sorry I wasn't here to greet you personally. We weren't expecting your evaluation until next month. The sight of the entire management team rushing to serve Ingrid confirmed her authority to everyone watching. The lobby buzzed with whispered conversations and rapid social media posting. Martinez's expression turned grim as he took in the scene, his senior inspector standing with her evaluation notebook while his concierge looked ready to collapse. Inspector Hoffman, Martinez continued carefully, I trust your evaluation experience has been satisfactory? Ingrid looked around at the faces watching her. Some showed shame, others curiosity. A few displayed the respect that should have been there from the beginning. Robert, I've had a very comprehensive experience with your concierge services. This evaluation will certainly be thorough. Martinez's face went ashen. Ingrid Hoffman's reports could result in immediate decertification, loss of luxury status, and potential closure during remediation. Jessica stepped forward, tears starting. Inspector Hoffman, I want to apologize. There's no excuse for how I treated you. I was completely wrong. Ingrid studied the young woman who had discriminated against her. Jessica, how long have you been in luxury hospitality? 8 years, ma'am. I've worked at 3 5-star properties. And in those 8 years, what have you learned about the fundamental principles of luxury service? Jessica couldn't answer because she'd just violated every principle she'd ever been taught. The young woman live streaming had attracted a crowd of observers. Her viewer count reached 623 as she documented the unfolding consequences. Ingrid's phone buzzed with an incoming call. The caller ID showed International Hotel Standards Emergency Board. Inspector Hoffman, this is Director Chen, came the urgent voice through the speaker. We're monitoring social media regarding your current evaluation. Do you need immediate administrative support? Director Chen, I'm documenting significant service discrimination issues that will require comprehensive remediation recommendations. Martinez stepped closer, his voice barely controlled. Inspector Hoffman, how can we address this situation appropriately? Ingrid considered carefully. Her decision would be documented, reviewed, and used as industry precedent for similar situations. Jessica, Your actions today represent a fundamental failure to understand luxury hospitality principles. You're immediately suspended from guest-facing duties pending remediation training. Jessica nodded, understanding that suspension was merciful compared to immediate termination. However, Ingrid continued, you'll spend the next 90 days in our inspector training program, learning to evaluate service from the guest perspective. You need to understand that every person deserves dignity and respect, regardless of their appearance. It was an unprecedented opportunity for redemption through education rather than punishment. Additionally, Robert, this hotel requires immediate implementation of our Universal Dignity Protocol within 30 days. All staff will undergo bias awareness training and service excellence recertification. Martinez nodded enthusiastically. It would be an honor to implement your protocols, Inspector. We'll make this our highest priority. Ingrid turned to address the gathering crowd, many still recording. Ladies and gentlemen, you've witnessed something crucial about luxury hospitality today. True luxury isn't about excluding people who don't look wealthy. It's about making everyone feel valued and respected. She paused, letting her words carry across the marble lobby. The hospitality industry exists to serve human dignity. When we forget that principle, we lose the right to call ourselves luxury establishments. The tech entrepreneur who had live-streamed the evaluation stepped forward respectfully. Inspector Hoffman, thank you for allowing us to witness this educational moment. I've learned something profound about service excellence. Document everything, Ingrid replied wisely. Share what you've learned about the importance of treating every guest with dignity. This is how industry standards improve. As Ingrid completed her evaluation notes, Jessica stood contemplating her future. Her assumptions had nearly destroyed her career, but the inspector's grace had given her a path to redemption through education. The viral videos spread across hospitality industry platforms within hours. Every major hotel chain reviewed their own service protocols. Hospitality schools added the Hoffman evaluation to their curriculum as required study. Jessica completed her 90-day inspector training and returned as a transformed professional. She became the Grandview's most requested concierge, known for providing exceptional service to every guest regardless of their appearance. Ingrid's evaluation report became the gold standard for bias-free luxury service. Her Universal Dignity Protocol was adopted by luxury hotels worldwide. 6 months later, the Grandview received its highest service rating in company history. Jessica was specifically mentioned for her transformation and commitment to universal guest dignity. The incident became a landmark case study in hospitality management programs globally. Ingrid's calm response to discrimination became a masterclass in professional evaluation and educational redemption. 1 year later, Jessica wrote to Ingrid, "You taught me that luxury service isn't about judging who deserves respect. It's about giving respect to everyone who walks through our doors. Thank you for saving my career by teaching me its true purpose." The marble concierge desk continues to serve guests of all backgrounds with equal dignity, because everyone learned that the most important evaluations come from the people you least expect to matter. Ingrid Hoffman's modest notebook had documented more than service failures. It had captured the opportunity to transform an entire industry's approach to human dignity. The worn leather notebook remains a reminder that true luxury hospitality means treating every guest like they matter, because the person taking notes might be the one who determines your professional future. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, subscribe for more inspiring tales of dignity, respect, and the transformative power of treating everyone with grace, because you never know who might be evaluating the quality of your character.